Hi Izzy, thank you for booking a reading with me today. Hope you're excited about it. I'm feeling quite good about it already. I don't know if Sophie has explained to you exactly what I do. I know you've not had a reading before, so I'm really warm sitting here in the sun. I'm a bit sweaty, sorry about that. So I don't read the cards classically, so I don't learn each and every card and tell you which star sign and stuff like that it goes with. I read intuitively, so I use the cards as a tool to receive messages from spirit, and obviously I pass those messages on to you. So as you've never had a reading before, I'll explain the cards to you. So these are called the classic, they're the Rider-Waite Tarot, and you might have seen pictures like this before, even though you haven't had a reading. Okay, so they're sort of the classic, what everybody knows as tarot. And then I also use some angel oracle cards as well. So these are messages from your angels, and these are really beautiful cards. The classic tarot span about a year for me, so 6 months ago, now 6 months time. These are a little bit more recent, so like over a fortnight, so last week, this week, next week kind of thing. And then these ones are just a little bonus card that I like to draw. Sometimes you get more than one, depends on the reading. And these are called star seeds, and they're just really beautiful. And they're a little bit more relating to our ancient ancestors and things like that. So a little bit more to do with the cosmos and the stars and things like that. Okay, so I have already shuffled the cards and asked for your energies to be transferred onto them. I do that before I start recording because it's a bit boring for you to watch. But obviously I will shuffle to get the cards that we need. I also don't just deal off the top of the deck. My ring's catching on my blanket. I ask for jumping cards. That way I feel like the message is definitely strong and meant for you. Okay, so let's get started. So like I say, these are about a year, so 6 months to 6 months ago to 6 months time. Okay, so let's have 3 jumping cards please for Izzy. Jumping cards only.
I don't know that.
That's my Alexa. She has never ever responded to me whilst doing a reading, so that's weird. I don't know if you have an Alexa in your life, but she's just popping in. Hello Alexa. Right, Spirit, 3 cards please, 3 jumping cards. Cards for Izzy, messages for Izzy today please. And let's make it extra special as it's her first ever reading. 3 jumping cards for Izzy please. This can sometimes take seconds, it can sometimes take a lot longer. Thank you. 2 more please. Oh, thank you. I don't know if you've ever heard about readings as well, when the cards come out upside down, which is called reversed, classic readers will read that as a different message, but as I don't read classically, these are just basically giving me messages from spirit. I don't bother with the reversal, I just see what I see. Okay, and then the angel cards, same please. Let's have 3 jumping cards for Izzy. 3 jumping cards please, jumping cards only. These are feeling a little bit sticky for me, and I don't understand why they would be sticky, because they're kept where they're always kept, in their own box, within a bag as well. So this is the box, and this is the bag. So I don't know why they're feeling a little bit different at the moment for me to shuffle. See, look, that actually stuck up by itself then. So I don't know if at the moment you're going through a little bit of a sticky situation. Yeah, they're definitely. That's very strange, I've never felt this before. We'll go more in depth when we actually get some cards, if they let me have some. Okay, but these definitely feel different today, so. Spirit, can I have 3 jumping cards for Izzy, please? Nearly went. This is strange. Thank you. And 2 more, please. stubborn, aren't they? They're really sticking. Okay, one more please. Thank you. Ooh, is that nice? Okay. And we'll do one of these when we've read these 6 cards, okay? Let's keep them neat. Okay, let's just have a little look then. Okay, so your first card is the King of Pentacles. I'll show you all your cards before I start the reading so you sort of know what I'm talking about. King of Pentacles first. Sorry if I'm a bit shaky. Then you have the Emperor. If you see me keep looking to the side, that's I'm looking at my dog. He keeps being naughty, so I'm keeping an eye on him at the same time. And the Four of Swords. And our angel cards are Archangel Raphael, who, if you notice the hands, these are the hands as well. So you've got the actual strongest card from this deck, Issie. And then we have fairies, beautiful. And base chakra. Okay, right, let's see what we can find. Straight away, went like that. That's money to me. When I do that, it's about money. And your first card is the King of Pentacles. So, Pentacles relate to money, assets, things like that, and personal wealth. And I see there could be a Taurus involved here for you as well, because you have the bull's heads on the chair, okay? So I feel maybe you go to a Taurus for a little bit of money support, or you have done, sorry, this is in the past, isn't it? So this is like up to 6 months ago. So I feel like maybe an older person in your life, could be a man, it's more likely a man, but doesn't have to be. We have to be gender fluid in this day and age, don't we? Oh look, the sun's just come around on your shiny head, I'll stay there. Yeah, so I feel like this is an older man who maybe you sort of not relied on for money, but asked for help from with regards to a financial issue. But I feel like you were a little bit nervous to ask this person, as they can be a little bit controlling in your life. Now, I'm not saying you kept as a slave or anything like that, not that controlling, but maybe this is why you was nervous to approach this person, because you thought, well, if I ask them for help, they're going to think I can't do it without them, which isn't true. We can get money from other places, but yeah, so maybe this man, you were a bit nervous to approach, but I feel like that this person holds strong feeling for you. It's a very fruitful relationship. You're covered in the grapes there, can you see? So it's a fruitful relationship, it's a loving relationship, but I'm going to say a dad, maybe a granddad, but yeah, he's in the seat of power, so he's holding the sceptre there, like a king would or a queen would, but I feel like with the hand on the pentacle like that, you were just a bit nervous to ask for help from this person, because when you do, they make you feel bad for it, and that's connecting really well onto the next card, actually, the Emperor. They're nearly the same. He's not covered in grapes and stuff. Okay, take a look at that. But if you notice, the top of the chair has the 2 horned animals, and holding the staff as well. Can you see the similarities there? Okay, but I feel like because this is happening now, this is you feeling a little bit more content in how in your issues with money and things like that. So whatever you needed the money for here, I feel like that happened, you asked for the help, and now you're feeling more in control of things, okay? It could also be a boss. Maybe you asked for a pay rise, and you were nervous to ask for that pay rise, but you shouldn't be, okay? You do deserve it. You deserve the help with this issue, with the money, or the pay rise, like I say. Also the same boots as well, so you're walking the same footsteps as this person. So maybe, I don't know if you work for a family member, there's definitely a connection coming from this person to you, very similar, walking in the same boots. Look, can you see his boot there, and then boots there? Okay, that's practically the same person, but not the same person, okay? So the king is the ruler of everything, but the emperor is actually more powerful. So I feel like this is your own inner power, okay? This is how you're feeling about things now, the situation now. You're holding what looks like a small pentacle in your hand now. So I feel like you took the pentacle from this person and you're now implementing it in your own way, okay? And you are in the seat of power. That's more like it. You're wearing the crown now. It has been passed on to you. So this could have been an inheritance, maybe. You might have received money for inheritance from a grandparent, or it's definitely. But you're definitely feeling a lot more comfortable now in your situation. So yeah, it either was a pay rise from a boss or an inheritance, I think. But you seem to have lost the clutter around you as well. You're seeing things a lot more clearly. Like I say, you're able now to move forward, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to take a step forward through all of that. It's almost like you've got bushes all growing around you, which is good. Things growing around you is always good. But here you've cleared the way. Okay, so you're in a much stronger position now with your money, and I feel like it is job related. I don't know what you do for a living, but yeah, you're definitely in a better position now. So maybe promotion has just happened, or like I say, pay rise. But yeah, there's definitely, okay, and this is something to do with an Aries as well. So as this is you, I don't know if you are an Aries, which is the 4th April, generally the 4th month, so it's like the end of March to the end of April. Aries colours, and you have the rams here as well, which is the sign of Aries. Yeah, but you're in quite a strong position now, I think, and you've got your head screwed on right, okay? The crown is sitting quite happily on your head there, so I feel like you're in a much better position. Sorry, Lenny, stop. Naughty dog. Yeah, so we're doing really well. We're again, like holding that staff, holding the pentacle, walking the same steps. So yeah, you're definitely moving forward, following somebody else's footsteps. So I don't know who that is, but like I say, maybe you work for a family member or somebody that you regard as close as a family member. Okay, interesting. And then we've got another 4, so 2 4s. Let me just look that up. I don't look up the cards, but numbers, repetitive numbers can mean something as well. So you've got 44. The writing in this book is so tiny and I'm so blind. Let's see what I can find. 2 4s. Oh, dispute. Okay. Well, that sort of makes sense as to this card that's coming up here. The 4 of Swords. Now, the 4 of Swords, I feel, is the strength that you have in yourself that you project out to the world. So we have the Wands as well, which I'll just say have to break it on a wand. Okay, they're about personal strength as well, but they're your inner strength, how you feel, how strong you are really inside. I find the Swords are what you project to the world. So I feel like there is maybe something, like the 4-4 said, maybe a little conflict coming up, but you are not letting it bother you. You're taking it easy. And if you see in the window, that's where all the conflict is. It's all outside, so you don't need to get involved in this, okay? So maybe this is something one of these people is going through, and people are telling you should get involved, you should have an opinion. You don't have to. You don't have to be bullied into helping anybody, or sticking up for somebody, or fighting somebody else's battle. You've got enough going on at the moment, so you really don't need to be getting involved in this, okay? You've got your strength underneath you, you're protecting that, you're covering that, and this is what you could pass on to other people, but you're just keeping it to yourself at the moment, okay? So don't feel like you need to rush and get involved to fight somebody else's battle for them. Stay out of it, I would say. And the picture in the window, I can see, it looks like, I mean, it's probably supposed to be Jesus in a stained glass window in the church, but I'm seeing it as a mum and a child, okay? So a parent and a child. So again, this could be going back to what I said about nervous to ask that parent for money or help, and maybe you do feel like now you're settled, they're doing exactly what I said they might do. Oh, you only done it, couldn't do it by yourself, you had to ask for help, you always have to ask for help. Ignore it. We all need help. We can't ever do anything just by ourselves for our whole life. Our parents are there to support us. I'm not saying you've got bad parents at all. It's just some show love in different ways, and sometimes some people that we ask for help, they throw it back in our face, and that's not very nice, and we don't need that sort of thing in our life. So I feel like they gave the help, but now they're sort of on your case about, well, I did this for you, so you should do this, or you should be grateful for the rest of your life. You're happy, you're at peace. Look how peaceful you are laying there with your hands in prayer position. So if you do find it getting a little bit too much for you, you can always pray. I'm not saying you have to pray to God or Jesus or anybody religious or anything like that. I pray, and I pray to my angels and my spirit guides every night. I give thanks for keeping me protected and safe, and my family and my home for the day, and ask that I have pleasant dreams through the night, and that I wake up in a good place the next morning. That's praying, okay? We don't have to say the Lord's Prayer and all that. I don't know if you are religious, that's fine. Each their own, lovely, which is more or less what I'm saying here as well. Everybody's different, and we all live our lives differently, even if we're family, okay? So you are at peace with what you've done, what you've achieved. Let the others do their little arguing in the background. Keep it outside of what's going on for you, okay? Stay at peace, stay strong, stay at peace. You know what you're doing is right for you, so stick to that, okay? Sounds a bit harsh, but I don't mean it in a harsh way. Like I say, you're not having fights or anything like that. Not never speaking to your mum and dad again or anything like that. It's just keep strong in yourself, but say you are now in the seat of power with what was going on, and ready to move forward with peace of mind, okay? That's just being said, peace of mind that you're doing things right and going the right way. Okay, yeah, that's better. I feel a little bit more, now I've said all that. So, and then she gets gas, sorry. Yeah, so as I got that feeling of, okay, brilliant, that's the feeling you're going to get here, okay? So this is all coming up. You are going to feel at peace very, very soon, and just leave all them to argue amongst themselves, okay? They're still there. You can still see them. It's not like anybody's walking away from you. Just don't get involved in the stupid politics of things, okay? And little niggles. Only get involved if you really feel like it's going to affect you, but I don't think this will. Okay, so then we go on to the angel cards. Like I say, these are more recent what's happening. So like last week, now next week. And the first one we have is Archangel Raphael. And the writing says, the healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Okay, let's show you that again. So if you imagine those hands full of light beaming onto you, it's like you're accepting it here, okay? So the light coming through the window is like the light coming through. I'm getting a tickle around my mouth now. Okay, maybe steer away from a bit gossip. So like something in the last week or so, like I was saying here, I feel this is a different issue. I don't feel this is related to your family, but this is a little bit of gossip that's going on around you. Again, stay away from it, don't get involved. I feel like you can easily be dragged into things, and you do that thing, I do it as well. You stick up for people that you love, you give it your all, and then they become friends again or whatever. They get over it, and you're left with the negative feelings. And why? It was never your issue to start with, okay? So you can listen to your friends or whoever it is that's telling you this, and you can nod along, or I can't believe that, but don't get involved in the actual nitty gritty of it, okay? Just stay away from it. And if you feel like it is getting a bit on top of you, like, oh, I could really do without this, I've got so much going on, I really can't be doing this, okay? Like I just said about praying to the angels, ask Archangel Raphael for help, okay? Look, that light coming from his hands. I get a lot of stuff through my hands, I say it all the time, so you notice if I do, like I said earlier, do that, that's money to me. If I start rubbing the thing, that's like an engagement or relationship thing. I get a lot of things through my hand, and just, I said, the sun's beaming down on me now, so I can barely see. But maybe this is Raphael shining his light down on me to tell you, to give you that message, okay? And ask him for help and peacefulness. It will just, you'll wake up one day and think, why did I ever get involved in all of that kind of stuff? It's not me, okay? So these can really help change things in your mind. And as it's night time around and the stars are around, I feel like this is something you would do at night as well, okay? So maybe tonight, maybe you've tried it recently in the last week, maybe tonight, if there, like I say, if there is something going on around you and you don't really feel like you need to be involved, just ask Archangel Raphael tonight, just take it away from me. I don't need it in my life at the moment. I'm concentrating on me, not everybody else's stupid, minuscule problems, okay? And then now fairies, we move on to fairies. This is one of my favourite cards in the deck. You can see why, it's pretty, it's gorgeous. And the writing says, you have a strong bond with the fairies and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. Okay, so I don't know whether this job that you have involves nature, plants, being outside, something like that. But I feel like it could be a fruitful, like I said here again, this is plants and fruit as well. It could be a good step for you if you don't do anything with the outside or nature related. Maybe you should start thinking about it now. Like I say, this is the now card. I'm going to go back in now. Sorry about this, it's a lot brighter than I thought it would be. Straight away I'm drawn to the big butterfly. Big butterflies is new beginnings, new life sometimes, but I'm not seeing this as a pregnancy thing. This is a new life for you, okay? So I feel like once you're in a different frame of mind and you're more relaxed and at one with yourself, you will become more at one with nature. It happens to us all at some point, normally with older age, but you're still young, so I won't throw that one at you. Yeah, so there's baby birds on here, butterflies, the fairies, it's all childlike, it's all new. I feel like you will get a new lease of life when you start interacting with the nature side of things. She's barefoot, that's to ground us. If we walk around bare feet most of the time, we can be more grounded, and that can stop things getting in our heads and taking us off too far to other places and getting in our thoughts and depression and things like that. So being outside with bird song, seeing the butterflies, the flowers, and it's a great time to do this at the moment, just before autumn. Everything's still abundant and bright and beautiful out there. So I definitely feel like being outside more would do you really be really good for you. Getting more in contact with your hippie side, okay? So instead of just following the norm, following everybody else, like listening to whatever the shit music is that all the youngsters listen to at the moment, sorry, I don't mean to be negative, but you need something more earthly, okay? So music with like this. Again, I'm pointing this out a lot to people. The meditation music, being outside, listening to nature sounds is more or less meditation music, okay? It's all natural, it's all meant for our soul, it's to calm us, it's to make us at ease, okay? So when all of this shit's going on around you, with gossip and the shut yourself off from it, take yourself away, even if it's for 5 minutes, okay? If you've got no garden, if you live in a flat, open the window, feel the breeze on your face and try and listen, try and spot a bird in the sky even. Watching birds circle, especially with all these kites that we have going around. I mean, I watch them all the time, but I'm a geek. You see the massive wings on it. The massive wings, so that's definitely, there's a bird link here, so I definitely feel like you need to take time out away from being a grown-up and being older and having responsibility and getting back to that childlike feeling that we all tend to lose as we get older. I'm really seeing this thistle as well. Now, normally I'd make that as a Scottish connection, but I'm seeing it slightly different. Okay, this is weird. So I'm seeing it as a blue pumpkin with a crown on. I've never noticed this before. See that? I know it's a thistle, but it looks like a pumpkin, blue, with a crown on. Well, obviously we've got Halloween coming up relatively soon. There's all Halloween stuff in the shops at the moment. I love Halloween, it's my favourite. I've got skulls all around me, skull tattoos, I don't know if you can see that. I collect skulls. I even bought 2 new tea towels yesterday with skulls on from TK Maxx from the Halloween collection. But that's what makes me happy, okay? So I'm getting a connection, maybe the dressing up of Halloween. This is a random message. The dressing up side of Halloween, you love, okay? And it makes you feel young again and you have fun, and just because we're dressed differently or we've got masks on, masks especially, we can be different people and we can get back to that childhood thing. So although this is happening now, this is the now card, maybe you're getting an invitation to a Halloween party, okay? Maybe you should go as a fairy and you'll have a really good night. That is such a random message. Like I say, I've never seen that before on this card, and it's one of my favourite cards and it's really making me happy and smile. So yeah, it's taken me to my happy place. I definitely think, look out for a Halloween invitation coming up this week, if you haven't already just had it, and definitely go as a fairy, but not a sexy fairy, like these young girls do these days. Again, that sounds like I'm having a go at young people, I'm not, but I just feel like maybe this is pointing out to me that you're a little bit of an older soul, okay, and all the usual young crap that goes on, all the pressures you lot have to deal with now with social media and all that bollocks. I feel like you do obviously get involved in it, but it's not really your thing. You're more of an earthly child. Oh, not a child. I didn't mean to call you a child, but you know what I mean, you're young at heart, but you've got an old soul. So you're wise, you know what's wrong and you know what's right, but you also like to have fun and childish fun, like water fights in the summer and things like that, okay? So I can't put this down at the moment, it keeps coming and coming and coming, but it's really making me smile, so I do think this is going to make you really, really happy, and definitely that connection to the earth again, like I say, with the bare foot connecting to the earth. If you imagine, if you sit and meditate, if you can, or listen to the birds and stuff, bare feet on the ground, and literally imagine you've got roots coming from your toes and they're going into the ground, okay? That's the best way you can earth yourself. And then, like I say, all the bullshit just flies away from you. When you're fully grounded, but you do still have that connection to spirit, you just see what's worth keeping and what is not worth keeping, okay? And it helps you to move on and make better decisions. But definitely, Halloween invitation, go as an earth fairy. So, like a forest fairy, okay? Not a tarty fairy. That'll do you really well. I think you might make a good connection with somebody at this party as well, because of how you're dressed. Okay, so your outfit is going to be a breath of fresh air to somebody else as well. Okay, so somebody will be at that party. I don't know whether it be a future partner or another friend, somebody that you don't know very well, but you're going to make that connection, because there's two of a lot of things on here. There's the two little fairies, there's the two birds together, okay? So that's just a little extra thing, so keep an eye out for that. I kind of want to come to this Halloween party. I don't know, going out. But it sounds like it's going to be fun. Okay, so then we move on to the last one here, base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career and finances, as your words determine your outcome. Well, that's basically what I've just said to you. Okay, so we need to get out of a negative mind space, feel comfortable in ourselves, and we can move forward then with love and light. And you're definitely connected to the earth now. You're feeding the earth there, you're growing things, okay? You're sowing new seeds, so this is to come. So maybe this connection at this Halloween party is going to be a new beginning for you with your whole life, okay? So maybe this is a new partner. I don't know if you have a partner, sorry, or there's just something's going to happen at this party with the partner that you have. It's just going to breathe fresh light into everything, okay? Breath of fresh air, and you will feel totally connected and at one with the earth. I also see her hat as Saturn, the planet, okay? So I feel like that, again, although it's called base chakra, which is the earthing, like I said, the base, no, yeah, or is this your base? Oh my God, I forgot what chakra is what. Well, I'm going to say it's the connection to the earth and the base of, like, base of our being, your feet, okay? That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm sticking to. So you're feeding the earth, you're reaping the rewards of that, collecting it all up, and like to eat. So not necessarily you're going to grow things and eat them, but so what you're putting out, you're collecting and you're putting back into yourself, okay? That's what I mean by that. And the connection to the planet around the head, that's what I said about you sort of saying prayers or speaking to spirit and guides and things like that, and that's going to keep your thoughts at bay, okay? So when you find your thoughts running away from you, ground yourself to the earth again and think about contacting the spirits. I imagine them sort of in space, so I see planets. I love the moon. Pisces is ruled by the moon card is Pisces, so I've got a telescope sitting right next to me, which I can't use, but obsessed by the stars, moon, planets and things like that. So I feel like this could be a good thing for you as well. So again, the planets, seeing the planets and the stars equals nighttime to me again. So this is definitely something you're going to find a lot easier to do at night. It's generally a lot quieter at night anyway, and we can more likely to find time for ourselves at night as well. Although she's out in the daytime, that hat to me, like I say, is a planet which you wouldn't see in the daytime. So yeah, this is definitely coming up good. This party is going to be great, and like I say, things are going to change from then onwards, okay? And that obviously the 31st of October is like the last day of autumn, and then we step into November, which is the beginning kind of thing of winter. So it's definitely a seasonal change, and you are changing with the season. Okay, things are changing for you with the season. If you notice, we started off it's quite a dark card. It's not a dark negative card, it's just dark in visually, and then we're ending up really bright. Okay, so I do feel like you have a lot of love and guidance ready to be had from spirit, and things will just get a little bit hectic for you, but when they do, that's when you need to really contact spirit, and they'll bring you back down. Ask for grounding, like I say, and you should be okay. So there's nice things coming up, definitely about this party. I'm loving the party, but yeah, sounds all good so far. Okay, so then we'll take a starseed card. Like I say, these are just stunning, and again, I'll only have a jumping card, we hope. Hope we're not shuffling for another 20 minutes. Okay, angels and guides, can we please have a jumping starseed now for Issie? Jumping card only, please. Jumping card for Issie. Thanks. I'm taking that because it kind of jumped back on the deck. Oh my god, I'm getting this card so much lately. It's called Earth Pulsing, and it says Pulse of the Mother, slow down, time in nature. So look, you see the body laying down, and look at the similarities here. Okay, so definitely you need to take a bit of time out from everybody else's bullshit. Okay, let it all go on. You don't need it. You don't need it. Like I say, it could be a support without being involved. Okay, so that, I feel like that's one of the main messages. Be supportive, but don't get involved. Okay, so you can be there for hugs and cuddles and kisses, but when it comes to you fighting that battle for somebody, you don't need to. They can do it themselves. It's their battle, not yours. Okay. So again, this is saying slow down. So we're getting back to, again, connecting to the earth and being outside, and in the pink water as well, so rose water. Okay, so do I see something about belly? Yeah, here. So she's just holding her hand over her belly a little bit, and that is just giving me, with this one here as well, with the water flowing into the belly sort of area, and the rose water. I've had this card loads, like I say, I've never had the rose water thing, but it looks like loads of roses in the water. So I feel like rose water could be a really good thing for you to ingest. Okay, so rose water, rose tea and things like that. I don't know if you're a tea drinker, but if you look out for something with rose flavour, I don't know if you like Turkish Delight, but I love Turkish Delight, not many people do, so maybe you do, maybe you don't, but something rose flavoured or rose infused internally will really, really give you lots of health benefits. Okay, yeah, let that, because it's pouring into you as well, the waterfall is pouring into you, so this is definitely a water of some description. I mean, it looks like you're bathing in rose petals. More than welcome to do that. That will help, obviously. That will help with de-stressing, relaxing, and make you smell amazing. But I definitely feel like you need something rose-based in your diet. I know that sounds really weird because you don't just go out and pick a rose and eat it, but there are lots of edible flowers, and they have lots and lots and lots of health benefits. So maybe a little bit of research into that, maybe not just roses, but definitely start off with the rose-based diet supplement, okay? That will really, really benefit you. And like that last bit, time in nature, that was basically what I was saying here, wasn't it? Okay, so you definitely need a little bit more outdoors time, okay? So that's quite good, I feel. I hope you feel the same. Now I just read the bottom card on each of these decks, and that gives us like a subconscious little extra message, okay? So let's start with the tarot. Okay, so this is quite perfect, really. You've got the Judgment card. I'll show you it first. Okay, so straight away I see this as people coming to you, like I said, for your opinion, your side on something. They want you to be on their side. They're begging you, look, hold, please, 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 give me advice, tell me what to do. And you're kind of playing your own tune. You're staying away. You're not really making contact. You're looking past, not with. So I feel like, yeah, this is basically them saying, again, don't get involved. Don't, no matter how somebody begs you to get involved, it's not going to do you any good. So in the nicest way possible, you're going to have to tell these people, I'm sorry, I can't get involved. Maybe it's a family feud and you've got family on both sides and you can't choose. Why should you? If it's not your battle, why should you be choosing sides, okay? So just keep that in mind. They're asking for your judgment, but you don't need to give it, okay? Judging people, unless you are a judge for a profession, is generally quite negative. We all do it, we can't help it, but when it's not your issue, don't be so judgmental, okay? Just don't, and no matter how much they beg, you just stick to playing your own tune, okay? And our subconscious angel, oh, that's nice. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Well, again, this kind of links in really, really well. We're not getting involved in the issues. We're not going to be drawn into it, okay? And when you find yourself right on the edge of that, oh, for God's sake, okay, I'll do it. Just when you get to that point, speak to Raphael, speak to Michael, speak to all the other angels, speak to whoever comes to your mind, okay? And ask that they keep you strong and keep you connected to the earth. Again, you've got rainbows coming out your hands, you've got light coming out the hands, you're collecting things with your hands, okay? So this is you've got enough, you don't need any more, you can't carry any more, okay? Your hands are full. And just noticing there that's the medical symbol there, okay? So that's just going back to as I'm holding that above that card, that's going back to a little digestive thing, okay? So again, the rose thing, or some kind of natural flower intake. Okay. Right, so I just was flashed into my head, I drink a lot of herbal teas, and I know I'm talking a lot about what I do, but this is how I give, when they remind me of something I do, I've got to tell you, or advise you, not tell you, advise you to do the same. So like I said about rose tea, there's also chamomile tea that's very calming. Peppermint tea can help with indigestion problems and things like that. There's lots of different fruit teas that you can try for different things. So if you do get any kind of pain running through here, quick Google search, which herbal tea will help with whatever, and definitely go that way, okay? So we're having herbal tea, we're having the herbs and the flowers inside us and around us, okay? And you're getting to a much calmer state. What's this? Okay, you're washing your hands. That's it. Okay, no more. Like I just said, the rainbows are coming from the hands. It's no more. I'm not getting involved. Okay. And then the starseed. Oh, this is very similar to this one. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. It's basically what I've just been saying to you. This is beautiful as well. I don't think I've had this card before. I purposely haven't looked at all of the cards in this deck just because I don't want my mind to be blocked by a certain feeling from them, and I don't know why. I don't know if any of my other decks of cards, I've got quite a few. These ones I like to keep as a surprise even for me. I don't know why, but that's just what I was told to do, so I do it. Okay, so again with the connecting to nature there, with the flowers in and out, we've got the nature here, we've got the nature here, the medical ingesting more natural things, and then we have water your garden. So like I said, you're actually sowing the seeds, but it's not a physical garden necessarily. This is your inner self, okay? And if you forget to water your own garden, it'll shrivel, and then how can people enjoy that? Okay, so this is about you, the inner you, okay? And you need to keep yourself healthy and happy. So definitely there's something going on with what you're eating or drinking. There's either something that doesn't agree with you or some extra supplement you need to be taking, okay? And you will feel a lot more relaxed and at ease. Just see, coming in behind the tree there, looks like a horse. See that? I don't know if you see it as a horse, but I see it as a horse. So maybe you've done horse riding before. I don't know how you feel about animals. Okay, I'm doing this now as well. A have you said lately that you would like to start horse riding? But there's definitely a horse, something about a horse coming in. Okay, so just keep an eye out for that. Like I say, if you used to do horse riding as a young child and you want to try it again, that is again connecting to nature, connecting to the animals. You're not on a horse in any of these, so I don't know. Just keep an eye out for the horse thing, yeah? Pony, horse, that sort of thing. I mean, it's not even looking like a horse to me anymore, but straight away I saw it as a horse, that's what I've got to say, okay? Okay. So maybe you're going to take a walk in the fields, like this one, and you're going to come across a horse in a field, and you'll just find you'll find yourself naturally drawn to it. It will start walking towards you. Give it a little pet on the nose, because that's all I can see is the nose, and you will have a moment, okay, a connection there with this horse. And I'm going to say it's grey, or grey and white. I don't know what the pattern is, I don't know horses. But there's definitely like a grey horse coming up for you, which is a very random message. Again, we're getting some quite random stuff here, but I hope you're connecting with it all. Okay. Right, look how many roses are around you in there. Just another little reinforcement of the rose thing. Okay, so we definitely need to ingest some rose or flower type supplements or food or drink. And again, in a bath of flowers, surrounded by the flowers, so get some rose bath salts as well, petals if you can. I mean, that's quite extravagant. You might even have some roses in your garden, or your mum's got, maybe you're going to go and nick your mum and dad's roses and they're going to have the umpia. That's what they're going to write about. But yeah, definitely, so get some roses around you, okay? Rose quartz as well. I don't know how you feel about crystals and stuff. I bought 4 new bracelets yesterday, and was going to buy a rose quartz necklace, but as I already wear the chakra one and my carnelian, I don't like too many things around my neck, but I do have rose quartz, and that really helps with self-love and stuff like that. Okay, so when you are feeling a little bit oh, maybe that's why I was doing this. Okay, get yourself a rose quartz necklace. Get yourself a rose quartz necklace, wear it all the time, okay? And you'll have this connection all the time then, okay? You won't have to try. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I hope you are. Quite a lot going on there, but generally I'd say it was mostly about your mind space and your physical health. We had a little bit of money stuff going on here, but this, I feel like you just let the gossip get a little bit on top of you, so try and take a step back from any gossip going on about you or people trying to get you involved in, okay, because you don't need it. Brilliant. Okay, like I say, I hope you're happy with that, and I hope you can take all the messages and that it all makes sense. Thanks again. Bye.